There's been a huge breakthrough in medicine recently. And to explain why this is such great news, we need to understand what Huntington's disease is and what this could potentially mean for the future. So, Huntington's disease is a neurodegenerative disease. So, it's a disease which affects people's cognition, their mood, and eventually their movement. And it's really quite sad because after someone develops symptoms, they only get worse over time. And after first developing symptoms, after a decade or two, it's fatal. Now, this disease occurs in people who are quite young. So the person can first experience symptoms as early as 30. And there is something called anticipation when it comes to Huntington's disease. And that means that with every subsequent generation, they will experience the symptoms earlier and earlier and earlier. So let's say it was your grandfather who was the first person to have Huntington's disease and he experienced symptoms in his mid-50s. Your father may experience it in, let's say, when he's 50 or 45, and you may experience it when you're 40 or 35. So with every subsequent generation, you get the symptoms earlier. And because it's fatal after a decade or two and your quality of life just decreases over time, there's not much that we could have done. And there's not much that you can do with the disease progressing in that manner. But recently, with the breakthrough, what happened is they used gene therapy. And even though it's still a small study, and they were able to slow down the progression of the disease significantly. And this is amazing news, because if you were able to slow down the disease significantly, it means that the person who has Huntington's disease can go on to have a much longer lifespan and health span. So they can have a higher quality of life for a longer period of time. So this is amazing, and it just shows what research can do. So hopefully in the coming years, we'll see how this progresses and how it can hopefully help more patients with Huntington's disease.